Hello everyone at the Secrets to Sleep Baby and Toddler Sleep Help Group. My name is Courtney Giesbrecht. I am a pediatric sleep consultant. I help families to get a great night of sleep so they can enjoy the time that they have with their little ones. Today I'm a little bit late, just so everyone knows. Sometimes it takes me a little longer to get ready than others. And we are talking today about how to stop the contact napping. Later on in this month we have a live about cat napping. If you have a little one that also cat naps, you can post below and I can tag you in that one so that you can see that one. A little bit different. This is for contact nappers, possibly co-sleepers, but more about contact to sleep, okay? All right, so we'll go over a few different things. Please post, please be interactive so I know kind of what's going on with you and any questions that you have and things that I can answer for you. I also feel like it's a thing too. Post if there's an upcoming live topic that you would really love to have discussed. Okay, so if you have a question, post upcoming live topic and then, post what you would like that to be. And that's a good way that I can kind of also tailor some things to, what my audience is looking for. Okay, so how to stop the contact napping. So the main thing necessary to stop the habit of contact napping is to change the way our little one falls asleep. And so imagine falling asleep on the couch and then waking up in your bed. You would probably be pretty freaked out, right? This is the thing about the contact napping. So people say, my baby falls asleep on me. Life is great. They can sleep pretty well. But then as soon as I put them into their crib, they wake up, right? And it's so it means that once they went into their light point in their sleep, they went to kind of look around and make sure that they were in the same environment that they were in when they were falling asleep. And they're not. They're in a different location. So they wake up, they cry, right? So I don't want to say it freaks them out, but, to an extent, it's going to be a big shock for them to be in a new environment. So a 0 to 4 month old baby is different. You can have them fall asleep on you, lay them in their crib. They're different. They're little at that age, but once they're 4 months of age and older, they know very well that they are, one, they're not where they were before in the same place, and then two, they're not being snuggled anymore. So there is a sleep association, meaning that they need that physical contact, that snuggle to fall asleep and then to get back to sleep when they wake up in the light point in their sleep. And then, of course, there would be that extra layer. If you're also breastfeeding to sleep or rocking to sleep or there's a soother present, something like that, they fall asleep like that, you go place them in their crib, then they know that one hand, I'm not in the same place I was, second hand, I'm not being snuggled, and the third would be I don't have that, breast to fall asleep again, something like that, okay? So, yeah. Even if you have, you go to bed at night and your spouse falls asleep in bed next to you, and then you wake up in the night and you look over and your spouse is not there, you'd be like, where'd he go? You know what I mean? So it's like that for babies. They're like, where's my mom? My mom is always around me when I'm sleeping, and she is not here right now. That is what it goes into their heads when they wake up and that person is not there any longer. Okay, so this is why co-sleepers can be better sleepers. It's one of those things that there can be really great co-sleeping, families or really great co-sleepers. It is because of that physical contact. When they wake up, they're in the same location they fell asleep, which was in the bed, and number two, they have that physical contact to sleep. So co-sleeping families can be really good sleepers. If they're not good sleepers, because sometimes I think of co-sleeping as a Band-Aid solution. I put my little one into their crib and they wake up frequently in the night and I keep having to pick them up and rock them back to sleep. So I brought them into my bed. Now they're waking frequently in the night. Maybe not quite as much, but I still have to pick them up and rock them back to sleep. So that's why co-sleeping can be a Band-Aid situation. Co-sleepers can be better sleepers. It actually just depends on what they're asking for in the night, really. Okay, so strategies for contact sleeping. So for the families that are not really using the crib at all, the no crib families, and I was totally one of these. We didn't use cribs. We co-slept, and then once it was time for them to be in their own rooms, they had a mattress on the floor because that just made the most sense for our family. So this is for kind of the non-crib families. One strategy could be to snuggle in bed with your baby. So when I say bed, the challenge of our North American beds, if you think of historically, people have co-slept throughout history, right? It's not a new thing. I know in North America it's almost shamed, shame, co-sleeping, right? It's not a new thing. Lots of co-sleeping families. The important thing about co-sleeping is actually just safety, and the thing that makes it not safe is really our beds and like North American style beds. So we have beds that are really high off the floor, so it means that our kids are more susceptible to falls. We have really thick, heavy comforters, which means that there's safety issues that go along with that. And then we also have like headboards and other type of bed frames that are just not very safe for a little one. So when I'm saying lay in bed, I'm more thinking mattress on the floor style. Even if you are co-sleeping family and you have a little one and you want them to be able to fall asleep in their bed, like even if you're co-sleeping and you're thinking our bed together, our shared bed, I recommend placing a mattress on the floor. It could be your mattress, or you could put a mattress next to, your family bed, just so that they have a space where they're safe, where they can roll around, and we're not worried about them having a fall onto the ground. Okay, so co-sleeping or contact napping strategies for the no crib families. So my recommendation to work on this kind of breaking the habit of contact napping, something along the lines of snuggling in bed, on the mattress on the floor with babe, but like having them fall asleep on the bed as opposed to completely on you, right? Because if they fall asleep on the bed instead of on you, then you can sneak away. Okay, so that's one way to start, as opposed to just having them fall asleep on you and like sitting on the couch and just chilling their entire nap. So that's kind of like a phase one of breaking the habit, okay, for families that are not crib families. Crib families, it's more challenging, just practically, because the goal is for them to stay asleep, like fall asleep and stay asleep in the same location, right? Instead of like having them fall asleep on us and then transfer, okay? I'm not a fan of transferring. Families that transfer, it's like I can't do anything to help you. When your baby wakes up in a new location, they're gonna freak out. That's normal, okay? They need to fall asleep in their crib in order for them to stay asleep in their crib. So I recommend using a strategy, usually gentle method, gradual method of self-settling, to have them work on learning how to fall asleep in their crib, playpen, bassinet, whatever it is. Okay, so usually something along the lines of a pick up, put down, so a rock until very sleepy, place in bed. When they start to cry, you pick them up, you rock them till sleepy again, place them in bed. But the idea is that you would always put them into their space, sleepy but awake, so that they would fall asleep. They would look around, be like, okay, I'm in my crib, fall asleep, so that when they wake up in the light point in their sleep, they can look around and be like, oh yes, this was the place I fell asleep, and fall back asleep, okay? Most of these strategies are like phase one strategies. It's not like, here, quick fix, do this, it'll solve your problem. It's like, this is how I would start a process of making a change, if that makes sense. If your little one struggles with catnapping, post that below, because that is, it's not a whole new situation. It's just that there are more reasons why your little one is catnapping. Yeah, so that's kind of the little like crash course on contact napping, how to start breaking that habit. Post below if you are a contact napper and you want to set up a call and talk about contact napping and what it looks like in your home and how to for sure break that off. I invite you to join the 3 Weeks to Better Sleep package, or program, whatever you want to call it, just because these are not easy things to break. These are not easy habits to break. These are very challenging habits to break. These are the start of how we break them. This is not necessarily going to fully, change everything. This is why I recommend a full 3-week program in order to make the changes, especially if you're waking up in the night, especially if you have someone who, wants you there to sleep all night long, something like that, especially if you have a toddler who still wants contact asleep. These are all things that we can work on. These are all habits we can work on, and I invite you to join the 3 Weeks to Better Sleep program. So if that's something you're interested in, if you've decided you don't want to do the contact napping anymore, you want to fold laundry when your kids are having their nap, or, you want to put your little ones to bed at 7 o'clock and enjoy the time that you have in the evening with your spouse, definitely post below 3 Weeks to Better Sleep. We'll set up a call and we can talk about how your sleep situation in your family can be totally transformed, because that's what we do. That's what I do as a sleep consultant, and that's what we do in our 3 Weeks to Better Sleep program. We transform sleep situations, okay? So, nice chatting, and post any questions below, and thanks for watching.